How do we find the mass percent of cobalt and sulfur in cobalt-3 sulfide? Well, first thing is we got to find the total mass, and then we can find those percentages. So let's take a look at a table to help us organize our thoughts. Bam! So the first thing we have to do is fill out the elements that we see in the compound. So we see cobalt, CO, and we see sulfur, S. Next is to take into consideration the number of atoms of each, and that's where these subscripts come into play. So for cobalt, there's a 2, and then for sulfur, there's a 3. So that means we have 2 elements of cobalt and 3, 2 atoms of cobalt and 3 atoms of sulfur. It could also represent moles, by the way, as well, but here we're just concerned with the magnitudes. So the mass of the element now is found on the periodic table. So let's take a look. So cobalt here is 58.93, and sulfur here is going to be 32.07. So that's what we're going to write down. So 58.93 for cobalt, 32.07 for sulfur. And now we're going to find the total mass of each element in the compound. All we have to simply do is take the mass and then multiply it by the number of atoms or moles. It depends if you're solving for molar mass or molecular mass. And when we do that multiplication on out, the total mass of cobalt now is about 117.86 units of mass. The total then mass of sulfur down here is going to be about 96.21 units of mass. And to find then the mass of the entire compound, guess all you got to do? Guess what? Add the column together. All right. So this is 214.07. So here's the total mass of cobalt-3 sulfide. Now all we have to do is find the percent of each element. And it's going to be very straightforward from here. I'm going to add another column to the table. Bam. So to find the mass percent of cobalt, let's say, or the percent composition, we're simply going to take then the total mass of that particular element, that cobalt, 117.86 units of mass, and we're going to divide it then by the mass of the entire compound down here. So the 214.07, and then we're going to multiply it by 100. This is a simple percent calculation. Part over then whole times 100. And let's simply calculate that. So that works out to be about 55.06%. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing now for sulfur. We're going to take the total mass of that sulfur, which was 96.21. Then we're going to divide it then by 214.07. Multiply that by 100. And we're going to get a percent here of about 44.94. And if this is done correctly, what should happen is that these two percentages should add up to what? What do you think? You got it, 100%. All right, and they do, so I'm pretty sure we're good. Thanks for tuning in. That's how you find the percent compositions of cobalt and sulfur in cobalt-3 sulfide. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to helping you with more problems in the future. All right, check out our channel. We got thousands of videos out there to help you, not only in chemistry, but physics and mathematics, and we got a lot of other subjects coming out soon. All right, so take a look. Take care.